Double push with Jonah P inside the A-halls, but for Sentinels, it's a different look. A triple initiator, starting with the Owl Drone, tagging net, potentially forcing the fallback. There you go, back at the bridge, opening up the A site.
And we wonder, this map pool could actually allow just Jet, right? If Sentinels wanted to play Jet through this map pool that we see here as they encroach onto A, slowly scaling in, they could, but still, the chamber's there. What will he be able to do?
Yeah, but it's on the flank here. They're already coming around the corner. There's the first contact, and there you go. Who better than Shroud for the first blood? Traded out, though, and it's looking to be a back and forth. The backward sense in control. One more to go to 180 on the latest edition as well. Zellsis given the first round for executing inside the B side. Here we go, just across the wall. They're about to cross. Dialen is going to be the first one. A ding on to the second, so no plant coming down yet. Nice poison orb from Shroud just to try to cover for a bit. 20 seconds left. Plenty of time to still go for a plant, but we still have the Marshall in play. TenZ though, coming in as a chamber, getting a shot on the net. We're still looking back at the flank, and now it's only going to be Saya player. Spot it towards the mid, and it's going to be an easy 3 versus 1. And it's going to be impossible for Saya player to try to win this 3 versus 1 with only a Marshall.
If he can hit a few through the smoke, that would have been fantastic for him, but it looks like he will get pinned contact. And even a far rotation off.
Means that we might potentially see a rotation back up to the other side. But this time it's going to be quick. Moving inside the A side, and it's going to be an open door, but Trent holding it up towards that bridge. 2 kills on the ground in Dapr. TenZ, the last player standing stuck at the mid double doors. Now on a 3 versus 1. Make that a 2 versus 1, but he just
round. And now this. They're expecting guard to be a little bit aggressive. Already fed in a few kills here. Net able to trade one TenZ. It looks like they're going to scale back on A. Sentinels with a plant with Viper's Pit.
Yeah, Shroud on top of that has the pit to pull that out. Allowing Dapr to get a flank down. Shahzam watching that flank, easy kill on that flanker. So Valen now, as he gets spotted earlier on by that Hans, they know that he's playing towards the back of the site. Speaking of Sentinels, so they play a little bit more passively inside that pit. Yeah. Dapr watching the back end. An easy round coming in. Oh, okay, never mind. Make it into a little more for Valen. Looks for the second one, but as he tries to clear towards the left side, Shahzam came out of nowhere.
Towards the B side. He is somewhat there with that push from the guard, but the shots for Sentinels.
Yeah, and it's going to be hard to try to counter back when you have such good utility for Sentinels to flush everybody out. Nothing to actually counteract as well, because we did have the null command coming out from Zellsis. Yeah. And this is one of the good things we're seeing from Sentinels so far, Riv, where we're actually saving this toxic screen from Shroud just for the hits. So use your initiators to scout out the map, find out where the stack could possibly be, try to catch the players off guard. They're trying to play aggressive. Then when it comes down to a hit, well, you still have your wall, and you have plenty of utility for the 2 flashes, the haunt, also on the refresh. So there's just so much down on the pocket right now for Sentinels that the guard still needs to
double up, like you said. Revealing that the aggression. Here comes Nightfall. Looks like he hit.
And a Nightfall does hit net. You hear the Hunter's Fury coming out on the attack as well. The Hunt also pings and forces the fall back. Couple of pings coming out at least from the Hunter's Fury of Shahzam. But still a 5 versus 4, so going for a plant. Nice little shock dart onto TenZ to do a little bit of chip damage, but still in the end. It's a plant. Close plant situation now for the guard for the retake. Starting things off quite well with a build-up false kill from net. Battle onto mid, and Shahzam is lurking back. But the retake back towards the site. Shroud is holding towards the angle at the ladder. That's the first kill at Berlin. But it continues to get traded out, and it continues to be a perfect retake for the but you're facing against 3 initiators in the front A site. Now the door gets open, a beautiful flash, but it's still Saya player that lands the first kill on the Dapr. Valen answers back onto the A main 2, holding the top. The recon dart comes out, and that's a spike down as well. But we are trading back. It's Shroud and TenZ back with a 1-1 of their own. An advantage coming in for the guard as the recon dart comes out, trying to flush out Shroud, bringing out poison orb, and is getting sprayed at the same time. TenZ goes for a plant.
Wants to reposition. Oh, he gets the frag! Oh my gosh, almost evens it up. It's the operator for TenZ. It feels like comfort. It feels like home, and there's one shot onto net. Van Silly, it looks so much better at a 2v1.
Well, now it's TenZ, or Trent, should I say, on the clutch. A 2 versus 1 does have the Owl Drone to work with. Who better than Trent to try to go for this clutch right here? But the re-lurk is coming back here from TenZ on the mid. Gosh. Now we have to tap onto that spike, potentially have a double swing. The first peek out, the headshot to Shroud, but he's still looking back towards the doors. We still have an opportunity here for TenZ to move back up. Comes in for the op kill for the mid doors, and that is a 2-on-4-1 by Mike Tyson. on the executions with this triple initiator to get these plants, starting things off with a Viper's Pit on the left side. Another conversion that starts off early for Trent as he gets the first blood for the team. It gets immediately traded out, and now he's trying to go for this flank. He's not really traded out, but at least they've evened up the tally for Sentinels is what I'm trying to get to. And with that, though, with this pit, we're still going to hold very slowly for Sentinels.
My God, 9 rounds in and they pull the trigger. Holy moly, what a fast round from Sentinels. Guard with a great reaction so far and a fast push, but they read Trent. They take him down, VCT. Dapr now looking as Nat searching for another frag after he gets to the Vandal.
Zellsis with the underhand throw outside of the pit to connect onto Jonah P, and unfortunately Nat is going to be by himself now as another one falls for the guard. Inside the pit, Zellsis spots for the third one of it towards the A-holes. Josika would take control of the door, and here's that battle towards the front to swing out from Net, and he connects onto that kill. Another first blood coming in for the guard, but the tag from the Allen drone, the Hunter's Fury to come out, Zellsis trades it back. A 4 versus 4 as Sentinels have taken over the A site, but we're fighting back from under the bridge. Now with 3 versus 2, Shroud and Shahzam. Plant on the right side of the pyramid, and the wall comes up to allow Shahzam to take position inside sight.
Guard's just setting up garrisons here at the end. You saw, like you said, under bridge, there were 3 members just ready to take fights. Beautiful coverage and anchoring of each other here, making it tough for Sentinels. Now Shroud and Shahzam standing tall. Will they be able to do it? A Saya player connects with Shahzam.
3 versus 1 for Shroud. Nice flash, actually. Not fully blinded by that one, but it's enough. We still haven't figured out on Sentinel's end where he's been offing it. Nice little ADS, though, from Trent. That's on top of B-wall. Headshot onto TenZ, a 4 versus 4. A knife to clear out the site for a bit. Jonah P holding the corner towards that ladder and gets that frag onto Dapr. The Poison Orb to come up on defense to run that ability.
Guard doesn't buy it anymore.
10 seconds.
Really good read to have this on B, and Valen drop Shroud in mid.
Yeah, they were trying to go for that lurk onto the tunnels, but Valen was on top of that, especially after the underhand throw came out from the Poison Orb. You already knew here for the guard that we had to commit into the B site. So very well done on that hold for the defender.
Trying to play against what you think would happen. Oh, we slowed them down. No, they're trying to come in. Saya player reads it. There's the first one and almost 2.
Spike down.
And Trent's back there too to fight back against Zellsis. Another headshot onto Dapr. Spike is now down in the front of the A site. Jonah P under attack at the staircase as Trent is down to 18 HP. Beautiful recon guard allowing Jonah P to get that kill, leaving Shroud by his lonesome, and that's Trent with a 3K into the round to end the half.
Best team right now in LCQ at being able to achieve this, but the conversion rate is not as good.
Well, at least we have a nice flash, shot dart combo. So you see that that's coming out here for Sentinels as well, using a little bit of that utility to try to retake towards the A site. Now with a 0 point. Recon in the back. We know one is playing towards bricks. Another flash available for Zellsis. Goes for that underhand. Comes back through. Fully blinded is going to be Trent, and thankfully he's fully blinded. But that Zellsis still on his own. Connects onto another kill onto Net, but we're swinging through as he's real.
Sentinels defense at this time. The round getting drawn out once again. We're going to have a B hit, and it's 1 for 1.
That's a quick kill, but that's a stack coming in for Sentinels on the A site.
Situation here to start off our first few rounds, and that's going to be some nice damage. Not losing too much with just a headhunter there, and Valen picks up a few with Trent as well.
Close in, do the damage, do as much as you can. Can you get a third? A couple of flashes coming out on defense, but it's still going to be Shroud trying to hold his ground now, gets pinged out. But he does get the wall bang onto Jonah P, and a headshot onto Saya player before he gets traded out. A 2 versus 2, Zellsis battling at 35 HP at the staircase of the A site. Spike is now moving in, looking for a plant, and it will be successful now, courtesy of Valen. While Net is rotating all the way back towards cave, the Spike planet for both of these players as we're retreating back towards the cave with the toxic screen about to come down. Oh no!
Peeking!
No, I didn't like that. I did not like that at all. Out of position rather, as maybe it was a miscommunication. Valen should have called it out potentially here that the wall was coming down, and Net got caught with his pants down. Thankfully, Valen could play the pulse lineup. ADS onto TenZ, a 2 versus 1, but it's still going to be Zellsis that answers back. That 13 HP remaining will get the defuse, and that's Sentinels. But an expensive round for them. Answer back. Also the null command coming out here on the defense from Zellsis. But Trent still drops Shahzam. Now in the back of the site. Zellsis with the Vandal. Underhand throw, looking to peek back towards the ladder. And he does spot a few. Now he does have support from Shroud coming out from McDonald's while Dapr's moving in on tunnels. And they are closing in on the guard, leaving Saya player, that Guardian by himself on the attack. And it's just going to slow down for a bit with 16 seconds left on the clock. Nice flick there onto Dapr. Let it go for a free-fire shot into the corner, but a nice high-low. Valen, who's just around the corner. And as he goes for that swing, it's 2 players looking in that area, forcing out at least a retake from the Nightfall, as Net still stays alive for a bit, but only for a bit. I mean, you still have Net towards mid. You have an alarm bot looking back towards that flank. This is just going to be looking to be one off simple utility from the guard. Let's see if we can actually get the retake from Sentinels.
I wonder what his countdown is. We might be able to actually get this to a fast beep. They're going to have to force defuse it. Here comes the ultimates. They're trying to flick across. Valen takes down Zellsis. Great organization in the ultimates here. Sentinels knows they can't go for it, are forced to back off. So still, even after losing pivotal ultimates on the side of guard, they're still finding
Shahzam, shock darts trying to come through, and that's going to be a little bit of a combo. That could have killed Jonah P. He's down to 2 HP, and finally, kill confirmed by Shahzam, but alert coming back towards mid from Trent, and he can come up huge right now. It's a 5 versus 2. We are watching that flank, but it's Net and Trent. The 2 youngsters right now in the roster making it work, at least for now. Trent on his lonesome, and it does not connect there, unfortunately, on that duel. But we actually did have a crossfire set up no matter what. Spike is also down, but Shahzam's on his by himself, actually. I think he can do it so far. That's 1 kill. Traded out by Saya player on a 2 versus 2. Now there's no information from the guard where the last 2 players are, except maybe with that 0 point that just came out. Rotation's coming back towards mid.
a nice little 2-pronged attack here coming in from the side of the guard. We saw kind of what the cloudburst over a gas wall provides you. It kind of bit him in the butt for a second as that wall's over towards A, but this 2v2 is tight, and Sentinels look to put themselves on huge point. Not gonna happen.
By Jonah P. One of those moments where
guard actually have found quite a bit of success here going towards middle. As you said before, the wall towards A. We're gonna hold on that.
Yeah, let's hold for a bit. We got the highlight reels coming out from TenZ. Zellsis actually makes it a little bit more expensive for the guard this round, but he's actually potentially going for this off the kill, trying to make it expensive for a bit. I mean, he will be able to buy into the next round. Trent takes him down, but yeah, that was actually a really good null command coming out on the defense, so that's going to delay things just for a bit. And there you go, the pin finally comes out. Trent still has the Allen drone. Hunter's Fury to come out as well on the retake from Shahzam. And it's Zellsis, Shahzam, and TenZ looking for the retake, but they have to retake with an off on top of that. So this is good positioning, at least for Valen inside the pit. Now as the wall comes down, shot darts coming in. Oh, the close range trying to get that shot. Lurking around the Viper's pit, leaving Trent on his own. The swing out, and unfortunately, as Zellsis comes down towards that ramp, he might play it a little bit more passively. He might try to save unless they get this kill, and they do. So that opens up the mid doors. There's that Nightfall that's going to ping 2 players out of the 3 remaining inside the site as well. So you will commit for this. The recon dart to come out, the toxic screen as well. Molly in the front from the fragment of Zellsis. And we're straight to the wall. Put the timing on that one. Trent allowing to get 2 kills out of that. And that
really impressive.
It would be impossible. Very doable if we actually have a huge flank. Oh, the wall comes up on the timing on defense. And Dapr's position's now given away with 2 players playing under the window. You're going to have to flick hard, but it doesn't work out. He had utility in his hands, and we're looking closer and closer for the overtime. Shroud with the Marshall. Zellsis down, and Shahzam with the Bulldog, but the res comes out, forcing out the Hunter's Fury to tag onto one. The double kill with the Hunter's Fury, leaving only 1 player alive. That's Zellsis with that Spectre, spotted in the front of the B site, and we will be going into overtime. A Saya player gets that last kill.
Somebody a family photo if they decide to peek. And they are there to back each other up.
1 0-point spots all 4 players. That is going to be the spike down going at least for the Sentinels as they lose Zellsis in the process. But the retake's coming out from the guard. Everybody can look towards the front of the site here for Sentinels. And all of this time, we had the toxic screen still available for Valen. So now we go for that retake, and we all fall for the Sentinels. And somehow, the guard take the lead on the first map on their permaban being Breeze.
Incredible teamwork there. You see how tight-knit both teams are moving right now.
And we have an recon guard actually that pings out Saya player, but Valen is walking towards the front of the B site. It's a 4 versus 3. TenZ is trying to go for the hero play to at least narrow down the numbers on the retake, but we still have Zellsis. The flash in the back of the site. Saya player is also holding that angle. The peek out. Zellsis wins that fight. And now here comes Trent on the lurk, back towards tunnel. The 0 point coming out on defense as we have suppression coming in. Jonah falls, but Trent moves forward. The first headshot into Shroud, the recon dart to come out too, and Valen is still holding towards that window. So we have to go for the quick kill, and it works out for Shahzam. Now Valen Has to go for the jiggle back into front,
Oh
and
my God.
Shazam
Shit.
saves it in now for the Sentinels as we will go into double overtime on Breeze.
Oh my word.
We have a plant coming down. Ooh, that's going to be a big audio cue. Dapr staying on the top of mid. Right back as Keznit is looking for it from the top of Ness. And that's a great pick. But another late lurk coming out from Elbow. TenZ is going to hear the rotation from Jonah B. Connects onto that kill, and we know the second one's moving towards tunnel. Shroud is playing the pulse plant.
Shroudy
That's
lineups.
one of the things we like to see, yeah. I mean, Shroud, we talked about it before. One of those players that's coming in. As we do have the shots landing on a 1-versus-1, and it is halfway. We're forcing out the ping. The wall bang coming out from Shroud does get the kill, and who better than Shroud to win that round? Yes, you'll let them in. Maybe that's going to be the play here for Sentinels because you just want Zellsis to play the pulse plan and just catch the players off guard, especially after that owl drone. That's the easy kill. One player down. Knife towards the front door. Actually, he missed it. He threw the knife onto the body of Trent. I love it.
Well, he was making sure nobody else was to his left. So he hadn't cleared it. So he's like, oh my God, Shroud! He comes out with a 3K.
The door forced to rotate out. TenZ gave up towards Garden, and now we're pushing
Dapr.
towards the A side, but it's Dapr! 2 kills with the ghost on the back of the Jenny, lining up a third one with the wall bang, and that's TenZ on the other end just to hold it back off the rotation. Nets on his own, on the lurk on mid, and well, that spike is still down, so a tough battle for the guard to take this, so we'll take the time to talk about it at least. The triple initiator comp, it has been shown here by EG during C, a lot of utility that's going to bring out your opponents, and if everybody's so focused on trying to take you down on aim duels, then you're going to be able to ping so many players on his retakes for Sentinels.
I mean, if you think about how VALORANT works and the way that it can be slow, if it's a slow game, information.
In the process, not only expected here because it's a gun round down for the guard, and Shazam's looking for that retake for Sentinels. The wall bang onto Saya player as Net is hiding inside the smoke actually, and that allows him to get through the nebula on a timing because it probably didn't spawn it, but as he comes out, Dapr is waiting for him. Then Trent stays on the boxes for 2 kills, looks for the third, but we continue with these trades. It's a 1-versus-1. We talked about VALORANT clutch, but it's not going to work out. Dapr gets the kill. And he's going to be able to get this defuse right here to make it 3 support with the Gravwell on top of that too for Zellsis. But here comes the execute towards the A site, and that's Shroud holding towards the A main. This is off, of course, a couple of pistols coming in though from the guard, just trying to at least get a plant down.
Find you.
That was also the nightfall coming out from Dapr to get all of that information for Sentinels. So this is going to make things a little bit hard for the guard to get some economy in from a plant.
It looks like the owl just shot him in the face for a second. There's a few more frags coming in for Sentinels. Breaks that distance, and nobody can trade with him on a frag. Maybe this time, Asher's, sorry. 4v4 coming up. They will be able to get a little more positioning. At least the knowledge is there, but here comes the initiator utility.
That was huge. Off the C's and the fragment, and a push from Trent. Coming in hard for the guard after this timeout, and that's going to be the plant on a 4.
Frag. He is actually the next one to frag again, right? He was the one to push out as he gets 10s on 1. He called it.
I love it. And the spray back through the cloudburst, but the nightfall coming out on the attack. It does actually see Shazam with this Odin just trying to ADS down for only 1 kill. But these are looking really good, at least on both ends. Immediately, the null command gets dropped, so we have a 2-versus-1. Shroud looking for the fake res, looking back towards our front of the site. Going for the real one to swing out, and he spotted a few, so we know that we're committed to try to stop and contain the guard into the site off this pulse plant. And that's the plan. We never really wanted to go for the defuse in the first place. We just want to make it pricey. It works out for all of these kills. Good for 3.
So comfortable playing. Shroud is not moving. He is ready to play a double spot there, crossfire into sight, but he goes down on a trade. Now they have to consider what they can do No controller on that side.
That was a nice little double swing out.
Spawn.
Outside of the Cloudburst 2. Zellsis down. Shahzam off the rotation. And this continues to be just nice from both of these teams. The pushing coming through, it's well read by Sentinels,
Exactly.
but the trait comes out immediately. I just love this until this happens. TenZ pushing towards the B main, looking for the third kill, and or Gravwell, it's going to be a Nebula instead. Paranoid doesn't hit him, so Shroud has open season into the back of hell, but unfortunately as Saya's dancing inside the Cloudburst, Shroud falls. Now though we answer back, TenZ with the Guardian, the first headshot. Shot darts coming in, spike down now for the guard on the post plant. Two players playing towards hell as Jonah P falls. Dapr goes for the 180 and another 180 again on the Trent. Now the Nightfall just to secure the deal. The last position, as you see now, the Nanoswarm getting thrown, double of them coming down, but it's still a 3 versus 1. Very difficult for Net to come back across, and as he comes through, kill still allows them for the orb, allowing the null command to come out here on the attack. Zellsis dancing around, but it's still going to be the guard opening it up towards the A site. Dapr's going to have to try to go for a hero play, trying to spray through the smokes, but the door is just going to close instead. An early 5-on-3 with a plant going down for the guard. We still at least have Sentinels already and propped up here, 2 towards the garden. Prowler clearing out towards Cat, so they could gamble now to just push in from the door, not having to look back towards their backs. They could go for the double swing if they want to. But Jonah P's around the corner. Leg now spotted as he gets the headshot onto Trent. Dapr answers back onto Jonah P, but it's still a player advantage going out for the guard on the post plant. And with the with that ult, looking back towards that B main, more lineups being thrown here by Net. Delaying that clock, turret now up. Things are looking good at least. Oh, maybe not for that one though. Shrouded step, punished by TenZ, and Saya player lines up the last 2 kills. And
Folks, Starge on this A spot just to hold down that alt orb.
okay. He did his job. Net was trying to look for that push, fights back for that one, but that forces a Nightfall on the attack. Nice paranoia from Valen, but it's still a 1-for-1 on both extremities of that map. But now you hear that null command coming out from the defense, and that is going to be Zellsis just trying to slow things down for a bit. And now Dapr's already on the top. Zellsis looking to push forward. The battle coming in towards hell. You hear the footsteps from Dapr. Dapr gets picked off by Trent. Zellsis looking for the overhand flash with a double swing after, but there goes Trent pushing forward, and that's a great kill coming out and a great hold from the guard. And just like that, we have a repetition of a double push up on Catwalk, so Net has a lot into his hands right now, hiding inside that Nebula. And as it dissipates, Elise gets the first kill until he's traded off by Zellsis for another kill coming in for Sentinels. In the back of Jenny, Trent fights back with that frenzy. Long range somehow onto TenZ, and this is looking again one of those clean.
That's just on the other side, and it looks like Sentinels want it, but so slow down this lane side. Side player is going to start off on 10 like that.
30 seconds left.
Looking good for the rest of the guard. Crossfire towards that back of the B side, and there you go. I mean, at that point, you were hoping that at least from Jonah P, that's going to ping a couple of players down towards hell. A smoke towards the front. The paranoia misses though, and that's going to be a great position at least for the Sentinels at hell to get all of these kills. But Jonah P answers back for 3 kills. The backstab from Zellsis after all.
Wait, Shroud's in? That's the rest of the team has to follow.
Saya player lands it onto Zellsis, and Jonah P gets the wall bang onto Shahzam, and this is a stronghold for the guard. And you mentioned it, Shroud made it through, so he's able to answer back onto Saya player, but it's basically a 4 versus 2, as he gets pinged out by a Haunt, and that's a beautiful wall bang by Trent. That's some great stuff that we'd like to see. TenZ by himself, first headshot, connects onto Net. And we're looking for that double swing, but there's basically no time. This is a round coming in for the guard, and somehow he gets a kill point blind on a Trent, but it's still the round for the guard.
Wait it out and still get the push through. Shroudy first again.
Underhand throw being thrown out here, but that blinds up both players onto the guardian. We made it through, but there's only 6 seconds. Spike is out down, and that's not going to help too much. Once again, another one of those situations where picking out Valen inside that site. Cosmic Divide on the attack, but you don't need to be death if you see them right in front of you. That's 3 kills for Valen right now. A 2 versus 2. Valen looking for the 4th. Connects onto that one as well. And Shroud on a 2 versus 1. Let's see what you got here, Shroudy. Nothing at all. As Net seals the ace, but you... But it's still going to be just a great hold with 2 players in the back on top of that. And now as we're forcing from the lockdown players to push towards the spawn, it's greeted by Shorty, it's greeted by Molly, and now the guard are 1 kill away of looking to lock down Ascent to force us to a 3rd map, but it's really towards Tree. That forces out the null command from Jonah B, who does get a nice kill onto TenZ, who was fully blinded towards Tree. A swing out from Wine that doesn't the mass forward kill, so we're trying to fight back. We're clawing back here for Sentinels. They're at a player disadvantage, but all split up across the map. But here comes the Hunter's Fury on the attack, allowing this push forward from Dapr, but it's not even needed. Shahzam gets a double kill with the Hunter's Fury. A player advantage going back into the Sentinels, but Dapr...
Making sure they either get the smoke or a full fight with somebody in Tree. The one-way...
Net is trying to stay alive in the back. Nice flash coming out because Zellsis was full blinded from that. The swing out from TenZ, and Net was still ready off that kill. And that's off that dark cover coming out, and Net is just holding down towards the back of the site. I can't believe this is happening. What a hold right now from Net and the rest of the guard in the back of the B site. The A site. Underhand flash, but we're staying safe behind the Jenny. That's 2 opening kills coming out, make that even Sentinels across the board. The last one is going to be spotted on top of that too, in front of the orb, and that Saya player. Elise is not going to get the... About to see the swing. That's it. Due to smoke, second one to fall, side player answers back on yellow, and it's going to be chamber on chamber, but a drop on the other end, and the 180 for the kill. The ping coming out, Jonah P with the right click, and now it's a 3 versus 1. Things look pretty good. Player advantage, slow orb allowing Sentinels to creep forward, but Saya players evening up the tally. In the back of yellow, Haunt coming out, breaking crosshair placement, but a double swing in the front. The Molly missed on top of that too, but it's a lineup to allow Valid to get only 1. But after that, that's going to end it. Dapr gets the kill on the second one, and at some point if that Molly was on the ground, it was going to be a different story for sure.
They get another one, and
this retake.
Wall
coming up. 4 block.
Fights.
Yeah. We're still trying to deny as much as we can. Even an orbital
my
strike.
God.
Everything's just cycled so well into the tool that falls from Saya.
What they want to do.
2 sets of gunshots. Don't know if there's a third. And that's Shahzam that's running across. And yeah, nice little kill there from Jonah P. Gets traded out, but now you got Shroud on his lonesome. Even spotted.
Save here. The guard, go ahead and pick up another round. Operator for side in the iPad. And moving forward.
Overhand throw though, but it's still being held with the crossfire by Sentinels, but the weapons weren't enough. Little pistols that they had to
both teams being able to take their map pick. 300 in credits here, and guard has been able to string some rounds together, so it's going to be max buy for Sen, but they will not have time to get a goodbye in this next round. Jonah P is going to end that one on Zellsis. Great round by the guard here to get back in, to smother, to know they had the upper hand in guns. A quick find by Trent there as Shahzam runs through, just pressing the W key here as they look to pick up the last few kills on the round. Spike's going to be going down towards this one. Good damage, though, by Shahzam, actually. Really credited. All coming from the same position here. And look at this retake by the guard. They're able to come in from almost every spot they want to try and find the flank. But are they too far away now? Oh, Valen says no!
Who cares when Valen gets these kills like that? It's built on Sentinel's first kills. Here comes a plant attempt. 2 shot darts coming in, and Shahzam gets to connect onto Trent. But somehow, it's a 1 versus 2. Low HP onto Net. Unfortunately, cannot capitalize onto the kill. Shahzam almost caught him off guard, picking up Elisa Phantom on a 2 versus 1. But 1 made it towards the back of the site, and 1 is sandwiching him towards the front. Does have the Phantom for the pre-fired shot, back onto the top. Drops down to make the least the other tap, and the swing comes in from the...
Self-caterpillared right into the A site on screens.
But the 0 point spotted all 3 players, so rotates coming out. TenZ wins the fight for the lurk on B main, so that's huge. Now we're playing all the way towards the back. The underhand throw on the top of 410, but it doesn't spot opponents in the back. 0 point coming on the other end. We're playing the pulse plan. It's going to be dangerous for the guard to try to hold this back. This is one of those unorthodox positions just because you're trying to play inside a Viper's pit. And now Saya player gets the no-scope there onto Zellsis, but we're diffusing onto that spike, like I said. Going to be very hard to do here on that retake. And Sentinels did hold that round beautifully.
For now, only site is going to be the Rendezvous Saya player. 0 point fine, so that actually nixes Rendezvous for now. It's going to take a little bit of time, and that's the gain. Pressure here.
Oh,
a missed shot.
Got it off. Missed shot. Molly coming out once again. The annoying Molly from that brimstone. Now that's going to run that clock down. We got to try to push quickly. Dapr comes up with the wall, sees being thrown, nice little jiggle peek with the headshot at the Valiant. Now we're sticking onto that spike.
Whoa.
We're peeking up. Dapr saving it so far. We're trying to break the wall. He gets a third kill, looks for the fourth. We get the defuse there for the Sentinels.
Side, and Sentinels will try to get this plant down. Maybe.
Oh my god, Trent. That's a high-low, almost lands them both, but that's going to be TenZ that lands both of them on the top of 410. Net now being flushed out by the snake bite and also dropped down. And that's Jonah P on a 3 versus 1. And thankfully with the Sage Wall. I was going to say maybe it's a bad Sage Wall after all because it's going to be the designated spike platter. You might get into those. Zellsis though, headshot onto Valiant, player advantage. Actually, it's evened up as we have snake bites, shock darts coming down. And there you go,
Oh,
Sentinels
my
across
word.
the board. Saya player by himself in the front of the B site. Swings out, 3 players down spotted. And that's now 7-7. Committed into the hit. Flash coming outside as well. Molly coming out to deny again if you can. And now you're forcing a little bit of a tunnel to try to get into the site to plant. There's only 14 seconds left on the clock. Zellsis at least gets the kill onto Trent. Jonah P pushing forward through the smoke. The third kill then onto Shahzam. And goes for the 4K! Net into this A site, and look at this lurk setup. They're trying to do a little bit of what TenZ did, and it works out. But we already have players on the other end of that wall trying to go for the trades. We don't have Shroud up with the wall anymore, so things are going to get a little bit more difficult. Nice underhand flash, but it still gets punished here by Shahzam, who wasn't affected by the flash on the left side of green. Owl drawn to look out, and thankfully with Shroud being down, we still have a Sage that's alive. Now Trent is stuck on the top, and there's the flank. Now, nice jiggle peek. It's spotted out. Shahzam goes for the white swing, and now it's just Trent. Classic in hand. And orbital strike to mask his position now on an off angle just behind the boxes. But TenZ clears it out, takes him down, and it's now a 4 versus 2 as Trent and Net answers back towards Kitchen. Now Saya player with the duel to false looks down. He hears that spike going down, and as he leads back out, Saya player gets the kill onto Dapr. Now it's up to Shahzam. He does have the Hunter's Fury that is up against 4 players, and that's a 0 point. It actually didn't hit him. Swinging back out, getting the first kill, but the swing comes right out from Trent. Easy for Trent for the retake, and it comes out right away as soon as they hear the tap. And here comes the hunt inside as well. Prowlers to come out to help out to flush out the Viper's pit. And now Shroud has to look left and right, and it's Jonah P to drop the Viper's pit, drop the spike carrier as well, and it's TenZ on a 3 versus 1, sneaking through the tunnels of smokes. Left and right, getting ready for the double swing. TenZ with the first kill, but Net comes back.
Jonah P make it around in time. He's still trying to decide what the flank is. Oh, Shahzam does go down. They know that's the flank watch, but will they know there's one more lurking?
Jonah P's getting dipped right now on this retake. Saya player drops another one. Dapr, who's been a hero for the team so far, is just trying to hold back towards 410. Molly towards the front, and like I said, it's not time for them, so the wall comes out. The Molly to block out the area to allow on the retake if they want to, but he's still watching that flank while the rest are pushing forward. Orbital strike coming down here on the defense. It takes down Zellsis. It doesn't work out for the post plan. TenZ is on his lonesome. 4 players swinging out. We get the defuse for the guard, and they are at map and series point.
And they're focusing Trent. They're still thinking ahead. This game is...
Nate still. And as you mentioned it here, Riv, one of those moments where you're just pushing very quickly. Well, now maybe a save, but with the econ that they have, somehow they land that shot! But it's traded out here by TenZ. Trent back on the top of Kitchen. Somehow a 2 versus 1. No way. Shahzam only with the Guardian. Picks up here the second weapon of the Bulldog on the ground. We have it at halfway. He gets the headshot. It's a 1 versus 1. Recon dart out. We're still clicking on that clock. And now we go for the ADS. We're trying to go for the tap. The headshot coming at least. Trying to run that clock down for the guard. Dapr doesn't have that wall anymore because he used it towards mid. We have to wait for the toxic screen to come back up. But this is an opportunity for the guard to push forward. We have to spray through the wall as well. Oh, the body of the gun stick sells so Dapr falls. Another shot from Saya player. Only 2 more to go. TenZ and Shahzam. No Hunter's Fury as Shahzam needs to get the kill to activate it on a 4 versus 2. A 0 point comes out and TenZ is posted with this off. Looking back towards Snowman. Waiting for Saya player. They both get a kill. It's a 2 versus 2. Now we're pushing forward on a 1 versus 1. It's Trent. It's TenZ. Trent is moving forward. The swing. He gets the kill. We're going into over. Way to delay. And now you know the execution is coming out from The guard on the attack, and it's Valid and Net Elise opening up the first two. Shock Dart misses because of the smoke. Those damn Brimby smokes. He lands both of them on the ground, and now we get the plant coming in from Jonah P. And Shahzam swings out for the kill. Shock Darts couldn't do it. I'll do it with my gun, man.
Just enough to get the frag there. Set up for a 3v3 to end us up on this round of our first overtime. A slow rotation here. You can see the intention coming in from the side of Sentinels. They're letting TenZ go as slow as possible before he meets with the team. And they get these shots in. Nobody wanting to peek. Nobody wanting to be the first one to go down. The shot misses!
Oh my, still there though. Valent's still there, but Shroud stops him close range, so we're pushing forward from a nice haunt. But it's Shroud with the third kill into the round, and a fourth kill into the round. The defuse comes in for Sentinels, and they retake the lead in the series.
He may have flew under the radar. He may have been a bit quiet throughout this game on Icebox, but Shroud, a piece of utility used. Absolutely brazen, and they find Jonah P utility out in overtime.
No way, but we still have Trent in the back of the site. It's traded out by TenZ once again. Spike picked up, traded out by Valen. Spike is down once again with the fragment on the ground. Alert towards mid doesn't work out. It's a player advantage back into the guard as Net is pushing forward. Zellsis thought he had the timing. Now it's Shroud on the 3 versus 1.
Make sure they clear out most of it. No flash play to come through. Sentinels isn't ready for it. The wall goes down, a bit of a mistiming.
2 openers, beautiful flash from Valen as well.
10
That's it.
seconds left.
It's a 5 versus 2.
Yeah,
But it's Shroud and TenZ.
so quick.
Shroud and TenZ. Only TenZ with the first headshot. Second one connects onto Net. Looking back towards the 410. 70 HP left. 10 bullets in the chamber. Speaking of
Looks like
chambers, he also has Headhunter.
Molly set up by Jonah P just on the right there by Electric Box on your right. Good and happy to fire that out and set up for another one. Is he going mid or out? He is. Look at the rotation by Jonah P right now.
Oh, yeah.
He's laced up and sprinting mid after firing the molly. The ability to continue to delay. You have to be kidding me. They have like a guarantee on this round. A 2-year guarantee right there. Confident enough to use it. Still a bit of hesitation on getting into the site from the guard. They want to know that Sen is just as committed. And here's the plant going down. The dink.
Plant, a dink indeed. Now the wall gets broken, but Shroud, he's still alive for a minute. He swings out.
The timing!
What a bait by Trent. How crazy are you going to do that
Net.
in overtime? 2 kills then come back from the guard. It's a player advantage now for the defenders for the retake. But like I said, it's still planted for long. We have good positioning right now from Sentinels. No more fragments, no more post-plant positioning. And because of that, players are falling down. And now that allows the Viper Smith to come back. 1 more to go. It's Zellsis with a kill through the smoke. Looking for the spray. It's back at halfway. Out with the classic. That gets the kill. And that's going to be the guard that finally seals it. 13-15 in their favor. And oh my god, Riv.